Welcome back. Earlier this morning, we unveiled what we were making today and started our braised steak. What type of steak was this, though?
This is a heart-shaped ribeye from Simon Market.
Heart-shaped ribeye with Chef Anthony, of course. And we have stuffed jalapenos and stuffed mushrooms and put everything in the oven. Do you want to recap real quickly what we did?
So, hot pan, and this particular pan is a Teflon pan, so I seared both sides of my ribeye. And then I filled up around the edges with pecani sauce, and then cover and into the oven. I put it all on this tray to make things light, nice and easy for us. So the 425, this took about 15 minutes. All this all together took about 15 minutes. It came together beautifully. The stuffed mushrooms, the jalapeno poppers, everything is just perfect.
Yeah, and depending on how you want your steak, you may want to pull that before the vegetables.
So this is about the only way. I like to, when I braise, I like to go ahead and let it cook all the way through because it gets tender and it sucks in the juices and it just creates a whole new flavor profile.
And I was actually surprised how much of the picante salsa that you put in there like if you were, let's talk about other things that you could braise with. The salsa worked really good because you have the jalapenos and the mushrooms. It kind of fits everything, brings it together. But what if you were like making it with like a pasta side or
use red wine.
Red wine.
Red wine. And the idea behind this is that tougher cuts of meat like ribs, short ribs, things like that, you braise those so that you can break down all that tissue and get it a lot more tender, so that you can eat those. I've actually know a chef where her short ribs come out and you can slide the bone out and then put the bone actually back inside.
Yummy.
So they come out really tender, really flavorful, and then you just reduce the braising liquid and you have a sauce for your steak and a sauce for your mashed potatoes or whatever you want to serve it with.
So if you're braising with something like wine, would you want to add vegetables to it or just leave just straight wine?
Whatever your preference is, you can add anything that you want. I always add garlic and onions and jalapenos and serranos and my usual assortment of spiciness to it, but you can put anything that you like into it. Now you can take it and add potatoes and carrots and things like that at different stages, and then bring them all out and then roast off your potatoes and carrots separately.
Okay.
And then finish them with a little bit of sauce on the overall. So, sorry, I got a little distracted. But it comes out really nice. It's a wonderful way to do, and you can do this with a roast. Slow cooking in a crock pot is basically the same technique, but you're doing it at home and you're watching it, instead of sitting in the morning and then going to work.
Right. Okay.
So.
Yeah, I've never tried cooking a steak in a crock pot. It kind of
seems like a roast is considered a steak.
That's true.
So it just all depends on how you do it. So we have our heart-shaped ribeye, and I'm just going to turn this over once and then lay it right up onto our plate. Get that little shine to it.
Ooh.
And then maybe a couple of mushrooms.
Make it pretty, yeah.
And a jalapeno or two.
Beautiful.
And this is one of those things with Valentine's Day and Super Bowl coming in the same week. So you're like, well, I got to do all Super Bowl. You can do this for Super Bowl, you can do this for Valentine's Day, and with the bad weather coming, this is a wonderful idea to do at home because you can do something different.
Well, and this is the perfect plate for two because you can cut the steak right down the middle and everybody has one of each.
That's right.
To enjoy.
So.
And now it's time for me to enjoy?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Is there a particular side I should go for?
Whatever you like.
Okay. I don't know.
There's no bad part of a ribeye.
I know. It's going to be good. So juicy. And the seasoning that you used was smoked onion?
This is a smoked onion and jalapeno. Isn't that great?
That's really good.
It sucks in all those juices. It gives it a different level of flavors. And depending upon what you use dictates a lot of the flavor that goes into it.
All right, these are the mushrooms that stuffed by Martinez Produce. They sell these on a regular basis too?
On a regular basis, just call an order.
Oh my goodness.
Aren't that great?
That's really good. Do you know what the filling was in this particular one?
That one started with feta and I believe spinach.
That's really good.
Mushrooms, if you've never stuffed a mushroom, take the cap, pop off the stem, mince down the stem, mix it with whatever you want to put inside of it, herbs, sauces, cheese, and then just stuff it right back into the mushroom and put the mushroom cap right on a tray and into the oven.
Let's talk about how you stuff, well, actually, let's go to break, and then when we come back, let's talk about how you stuff the jalapenos and other things that you can do with vegetables
Yes.
for the Super Bowl. All right, we'll be right back.